and welcome to Nirmal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Higal. We have with us Kunal Shah, Head of Commodities Research, joining in. Kunal, welcome to the show. Kunal, we are seeing that 103 levels in terms of the dollar index. Does the view still remain the same as per what we spoke last?
Yeah, so yesterday there was a US GDP data. The prior quarter-on-quarter GDP of US was 6.6%. Expected was 1.6%, and now to be minus 1.5%. So what has happened with that number is that the expectation of aggressive tightening by the US Federal Reserve has moderated overnight, and that has led to some cooling off of US dollar, and US dollar index, which was 103.80, has retraced back to 103.30, and that has led to rally in the safe haven instruments such as bullion. So I clearly mentioned on Wednesday that gold and silver doesn't look much down from present levels, and our levels 1875, from there we've seen a good reversal, and I think they are going to go up further. So gold and silver, I think the rally will continue considering the kind of macroeconomic landscape we are in right now. Russia is showing another round of aggression towards Ukraine. It has launched some attack from the submarine today. So it seems that the peace talk are far off. So that is one reason. Second, the COVID is spreading in China. We are seeing a massive lockdown and a massive spread of COVID in Beijing and other provinces. So that is also positive. So looking at the overall factors, the peaking out of US dollar index right now, the way geopolitical concerns and the inflationary concerns stand right now, the way again oil is moving up, gold and silver are bound to do well. So gold and silver, we recommend our viewers to go long. Gold around 51,600, silver around 64,400, 500. Gold target should be 52,100, silver target 65,500 to 66,000, what we can see during next week. So upbeat call on gold and silver both.
Right. Similarly, as you mentioned, even crude has been going up, Kunal. What's the view on that front? Would you advise to go long on crude and simultaneously on natural gas as well?
So you must be, like we discussed on Wednesday, Bulgaria and Poland, these two countries are not going to get Russian gas anymore. And that itself is one of the biggest reason why we saw rally in crude oil. Because since they have banned exporting gas via pipeline, the heating oil and the diesel demand in Europe has shot up. So heating oil prices are up by 18%. The diesel prices are up by almost 14%. And that is driving the refining of crude oil, and that is driving crude oil demand. So I am expecting, crude oil to remain upbeat and move up further. 80 to 50, 8,300 are kind of levels what you can expect during next week. Not expecting any major cool off till then. Until we see any moderation in the crisis, we may see further rally. But we are not expecting that 125, 130, that kind of move, because the financial tightening is ahead of us. So mild bullish for another 100 to 150 rupees upside. One can go oil long in oil, and natural gas also looks relatively strong because of the same reason I mentioned. 525 to 526, good levels to re-enter long. Stop loss around 518 and target should be 538.
Right. And overall, in terms of industrial commodities as well, what's the view that you have?
I think industrial commodities sell on rise. I maintain my sell on rise view because China's GDP growth is likely to contract going forward on account of the ongoing COVID scenario in major cities like Shanghai and Beijing. So the demand side looks pretty weak. On other hand, where the Chinese government continues to reiterate that they are going to support the infrastructure development, and that is driving the optimism among the traders. But the reality remains quite grim in China, and I don't expect any major demand growth going forward. So sell on rice, copper around 795, 794, good levels to go short again. 802 should be the stop loss, 780, 182 should be the target. So sell on rice for most of the metals. That is what my strategy for the evening session.
Right. And this will any range that you see in terms of copper That's a question coming in.
Copper, I think maximum right now it is trading around 789, 793 to 784. That's it. I don't see, and those are the levels I will recommend to go short.
Right. And anything in terms of aluminium specifically?
Well, aluminum, Russia, aluminum production is going down. Russia's aluminum exports are also dropping. So there is a supply side uh, uh, quite tight scenario. Supply side is very tight in aluminum. But at the same time, the demand side also looks quite bleak. And I think there can be a bounce back, not a sustainable bull run in aluminum. Aluminum, I will wait for some more upside to go short. But right now, for evening session, one can go long in aluminum.
Right. So that's the view coming in overall in terms of the commodities market. Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, participants, to join in.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.